Wilson.
And I'm magnifying. And today we are going to be reviewing The Island That Exists
by Joe Wilson. But before we start, how are you guys doing this weekend?
As for us, we're doing great.
Yes, we are having fun and we are enjoying doing book reviews for you guys. Also, we hope you're doing well in school as soon as it's going to be the 6 weeks holiday.
And you can just relax.
Yes, so as we said, we are going to be reviewing The Island That Didn't Exist by Joe Wilson. Joe Wilson is a sports correspondent and journalist for BBC News. He has a beautiful wife and 2 lovely children and lives in the eastern part of England. Divine, before we get into the blurb, what do you think is going to happen in this book?
I think that there's going to be a boy and he's going to go in an island and then he's going to think that the island might exist but then it doesn't and his parents knows that.
Okay, perfect. Now let me read you guys the blurb and divide the blurb so she can keep going with her theory and you guys can know a little bit about the book. When 12-year-old Rixon's great-uncle leaves him an island in his will, Rixon can't quite believe it. Things get even more confusing when the mysterious island can only be located on a very ancient map using a big magnifying glass. Does this island actually exist? And if so, does it really belong to him? There's only one thing for it. Rixon is going to have to find it for himself. So now that I've read the blurb, what do you think is going to happen in this book now?
I think there's going to be a boy called Rixon and his great uncle, and then he will leave him a will. And yeah, and the will be in Ireland, and he's going to be like, oh, is it going to exist? Is it not? And then it doesn't exist.
Oh, okay then. So you're kind of on the right track about the will part, but the island actually does exist. The only thing is, because it was like this big legend myth thing, it was like the stories that people have brought down from like the old days that grown-ups were talking about, and they only said that in legends, stories. It is not really true, and this island's called Splinter Island, so they're like, no, Splinter Island actually doesn't exist. And also, I like how Rixon, the boy, goes and finds the island for himself because his mother doesn't really believe the island exists. And also, it's kind of weird, and you might be asking, why does Rixon get a whole island in his will? Well, let me tell you, because his great-uncle believes children more than grown-ups. I know, because he believes children are more trustworthy than grown-ups. His mum is left with nothing, and he goes and asks his mum, hey, can we go and see Splinter Island? And find it? And she's like, yes. So they look, and they don't see it, and do you know what Rixon does? He does something that I do not want to tell you. It's only if you get this beautiful book. I can tell you. So he does what he did and gets to the island. And he finds these 4 children here. And they talk about the island. And it's about a story about adventure. And it's about realism. And I love that about this book. Now, I'm going to say what I like about this book. And I like that it's adventurous. And I'm going to talk about genres right now. We've got many different genres in different things, especially books. Like, for example, we've got fantasy, we've got thriller, mystery, and adventure. Adventure is a very important one because a lot of people use adventure. Now, in adventure, there are genres, and genres are basically different categories of books. So in the genre adventure, there are more genres in adventure, like fantasy adventure and realism adventure. This book is different to all the other adventure books I've read, because most of the adventure books I've read are not real. They are fantasy, and yes, this is not real. And I get it. quite a lot of not like a lot of fantasy people love, but I feel like I like this one because it's a realism adventure. It's a real adventure. Maybe some of the things they do people can't relate to, but this is like an adventure that could actually happen to someone. But some of it cannot. Some part of the book cannot happen, but still, it's mostly like this could happen to a person. Whereas in fantasy, it can't happen to a person. So yeah, that's what I really like about this book. I also like the beautiful colours, and as you can see, I'm wearing literally the exact same colours as the book. It's so beautiful.
Exactly.
I love the colours, the bright, beautiful colours, and all like the island and the 4 children and Rixon right here with this big boat, and all the seagulls like saying, "What are you doing here? Like, what's wrong? Why are you here?" So I like that. So now I'm going to let Divine ask me some questions. Over to you, Divine.
Thank you, Blossom. Before I ask you questions, I'm going to tell you what book I read. It's like fantasy and mystery.
Yeah.
Yeah, so now I'm going to tell you some questions. What do you like about this book?
As I said, I liked how it's realism adventure, not those very fake fantasy. Not that I don't like fantasy, but right now I'm in a stage where fantasy is not my thing. I feel like realism is my thing right now, and I love how they used realism adventure.
Who would you recommend it for?
I would recommend this book for 9 and over. Not that it says it there, but I feel like I would recommend it to 9 to 8 and over, but I'll say more 9 and over because of the adventure, the realism, the heartbreaks, the violence, and all those things.
Thank you. My third question is, who's your favourite character and why?
My favourite character is, that's quite a hard one. Rixon, because, yes, I know you guys are going to be like, oh my gosh, Blossom, it's the main character, but you guys already know why. But if you're new to this channel, I will tell you why. Because you got to know about the character. Maybe they wanted to be the main character, but I feel like you get to know about this character. You get to be in their shoes. You get to go to the adventure with them. Even though this book is third person, it's like you can be in their shoes, which I love. Any more questions?
No, thank you.
Also, I would give this book 5, or I'll say 4.5 stars because of how beautiful, adventurous, and realistic it is. Some of it is fantasy, so that's why I didn't give it a full 5 stars, but I would give it 4 stars. Also, I think that I would recommend this book to you guys if you do like funny, kind of realistic adventure books. I'd recommend it to those kind of people. Also, I think this book, it's not life-changing, but I think it could help. Not as powerful as all like the other 2 books I've reviewed, but I feel like it's quite cool and nice and beautiful. Also, I wanted to say, since this book came from book club, the author actually came to visit us, not in school because of coronavirus, sad, but he came to visit us on Zoom, online, Google Meet, and he actually talked about his life, how he came with the book. He read some of the book to us, which I really like. So a big thank you to Joe Wilson for that. Also, he did give us a sticker, and it's signed with his signature and his name. Look. Best
so
wishes,
cool.
Joe Wilson. Literally, I've got the signature in this book. This book is beautiful. I can, seriously, when you read this book, you'll be like, oh, I wish I had the signature of this person. So I am really happy. A big thank you to Joe Wilson. Thank you. And a big thank you to the person who recommended this book for me, this child. So a big thank you to that. So thank you for watching this video, and please
like, share, and subscribe.
And please, guys, do subscribe. Please like and share because we want to get this channel higher and higher each week, and we just are very happy and thankful for helping us get through this. But also, please share with your friends, share with everyone, so they can be like, maybe I should subscribe to this channel and like the video, because please guys, we would really appreciate it. So as we said, please like, share and subscribe, and thank you for watching this video. Also hit the notification bell so you always know when there's a new video.
See you next time on the Siblings World. Bye!
Bye!